Okay, day, not good morning. Let's talk about MyFitnessPal and logging your food. So one thing I really like to do as I'm making changes to my diet is pre-track my food so that I can see what I'm eating before I eat it and make adjustments to what I'm eating before I eat it so that my meal is nice and balanced. So I really like using MyFitnessPal on my computer. I feel like it's a lot easier to see everything, but you for sure can do this stuff on your phone. Here on your computer, you can either go to food and add there, or you can come down here and say add food. Either way, it takes you to the same place. Now you'll see you've got your meals here. Let's go ahead and add food for breakfast. And we'll see how that food all lines up, and then we'll make adjustments as needed. Once you start putting stuff in on a regular basis, it will save these things for you. So for instance, here, I have this recipe. This is everything in that recipe already in just this one. I could just click it and there we go. And, adjust my servings if I need to. Makes it super duper simple. You've got your frequent my foods, your meals, and your recipes all up here. This is just going to be the most recently added stuff. So this is me just looking at what's in different things, right? Um, so let's go ahead and say that we're going to have avocado, we're going to have spinach, and we're going to have eggs. All right, I'll type that in. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can handle it. Eggs. Okay. So we're gonna have avocado, spinach, and eggs. So we go ahead and click this one. One thing you guys always want to be aware of is people add these in. So some of them, might not be right. So if you see eggs and 0 calories or something, you maybe don't want to use that one. Or if you see, weird measurements, just scroll through till you find one that has like the right measurements for you. You have one large over here, one medium, one extra large, one small, right? So make sure you're selecting the correct size, one serving of one egg. So I'm going to say I am going to eat 3 eggs. Okay. And I'm going to add this to my food diary. Oops. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab the other two. All right. So there's my egg recently added and my avocado and my spinach. Now let's say I want to have a full cup. So for avocado, like oftentimes you'll see one medium avocado, but like who's measuring this medium avocado? Who's to say what this medium avocado is? So I personally prefer to just measure it and use measured measurements. That way I know that it's being accurate. Okay. So here we go. We've got those and we already have our egg added. So I'm going to add checked. And let's see how this meal looks. So we can see that we have 462 calories in our breakfast, which is pretty right on track for me at wanting to be at 2,000 calories for the day. We've got 15 grams of carbs, we've got 36 grams of fat, and 23 grams of protein. Now, if I look down here at what my goals are for fat and protein, does this look like a very good choice here? So my goal is 83 grams of fat and 186 grams of protein. And I already am starting my day off fat heavy instead of protein heavy. So I can see this right away. And I can see that the avocado is providing me a lot more fat than the protein is providing, or than protein, right? So I can go in and I can make adjustments to this. I can say, you know what, maybe I will just have half of a cup of avocado and let's see how that changes it up. Okay, so now we're at 25 grams of fat to 22 grams of protein, which is a lot better of a balance for me specifically. However, I would like my protein to be a little bit higher than that in the morning, just so I'm getting my day started off right, right? To meet these numbers, 186 grams of protein, that's a lot of protein. And if I'm not starting my day off in a way that's helping me meet that, then it's going to make it hard for the rest of the day. So let's go ahead and say, okay, what else can we add? And in this instance, I would go to my handy dandy little nutrition guide that I provided each of you guys, which I'm not going to open right now because I already know, but I would go to that if I'm a little unsure as to what kind of protein I can add to my breakfast, and I would check that out. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to say, you know what? I have ground turkey in my refrigerator. I am going to add some ground turkey to my breakfast because I know ground turkey is a good lean source of protein. So you can see here, ground turkey cooked 3 ounces. If you can measure by ounces or if you can convert ounces into cups, go ahead and use that one. And I'm gonna go with 3 ounces. This is gonna be a nice hearty breakfast. So 1 serving of 3 ounces of ground turkey is what I'm gonna add to my breakfast. And then let's look what does for the numbers. There we go. That's so much better. Okay, so I have 8 grams of carbs, 34 grams of fat, and 45 grams of protein. So I'm starting my day off on the right track here. I can see if I look down here at my pie chart, how I'm looking. My protein is looking right around 35%, which is great. My fat's too high at this point in time, and my carbs are far too low at this point in time, but that's okay. I do not prefer to start my day with carbs. I prefer to start my day with fats and proteins because I want to get I want to keep my glycemic level low in the morning first off, and also I just feel it gives me good energy. If I wanted to add some carbs, I could add half of a cup of oatmeal, which I often do a little bit later, maybe an hour or two after I have breakfast. I'll eat half a cup of oatmeal or something between clients. But first things first, I always want to get in my proteins and fats and some veggies. I always have that spinach with it. So let's see if I was, a couple of hours, an hour or two later after my first or second client to go back in and okay, so now I'm ready for a little bit more food. Oatmeal is a quick, easy grab. So let's grab that oatmeal. Oatmeal dry. We do not want half of a cup of oatmeal dry because we know that it cooks differently, right? So we're going to do oatmeal cooked. And yes, it says 1 cup. We're not going to eat a full cup. So we're going to make sure we change that serving size to 0.5, half of a cup. And we're going to add it to our day. And then let's just see, after I eat that half of a cup of oatmeal, now I'm up to 22 grams of carbs, 35 grams of fat, and 48 grams of protein. And my fats are starting to creep up there, carbs are starting to creep up there. Carbs are typically not a problem for me. I could eat carbs all day long. So I really don't worry about getting in enough carbs. The one that's hard for me is protein. Getting 186 grams of protein in a day is difficult. So for me, so that is where my focus is. But you can see how you can make adjustments to your meal before you eat it so that you're starting to balance things out as you go through your day. You could even go so far as to add everything into your day just to see like how your whole day looks and to make any adjustments necessary. So say I want to do some steak fajitas for dinner. Okay, we're going to add these steak fajitas. These are actually super duper good. The fajitas, we made them last week. They're super yummy. So I've got my steak fajitas added to dinner, 34 grams of protein, 17 and 17 with the carbs and fats. So that's a pretty good breakdown, over 34 grams of protein. I might look at this and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to add like 1 or 2 more strips of beef to my steak fajitas just to get a little bit more protein in here. Okay, and then we're going to add our lunch. I'm going to say add food. And then let's see, I'm going to come over here. Let's look at my recipes. So you can save stuff in recipes. You can also grab my recipes if you want to and use those. So for lunch, I'm going to do a quinoa salad. Okay, but then I'm also going to do chicken breast, grilled chicken breast on the top of that quinoa salad. Okay, and this is where you need to really pay attention. So I'm gonna look at this one here, grilled chicken breast plain, because you can get in, this is mesquite grilled chicken breast, like you can get into all sorts of, different things. You want to make sure that it's cooked already, unless you're weighing your food. Unless you're weighing your food raw, make sure that it's cooked. So I'm going to hit 1 ounce as my serving here so that I can make this easy on myself. And I'm going to say that I'm having 5 servings. So that's 5 ounces of chicken on top of my, I don't know what the serving size was on my quinoa salad. I'm hoping half a cup. Oh, it didn't add it. Gosh darn it. Okay, that's 5 ounces of chicken, and let's go back and get my quinoa salad under my recipes. Okay, here it is, quinoa salad, 1 serving. Okay, I checked. Okay, so I can see if this is how I did my day, what I need to eat for snacks, right? So here's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm at 95 grams of carbs, right? So I'm pretty well under still. I'm at 63 grams of fat, so I only got 20 left. And then I'm getting really close with my protein. So my protein shake and maybe a protein snack will get me up there to my protein where I want my protein to be. So my day is looking really well rounded. My sugars are low, my sodium is low, so I have some wiggle room with those snacks. I heavily, heavily, heavily suggest that you get in there and you do this on a daily basis for a few days. Just put it in. You saw how long that took me. It did not take me very long, right? And it puts you in the power seat. It shows you what you are eating. We'll go over more in my Fitness Pal in a bit, but this is what I wanted to show you in this video.